Welcome back again, everybody, to our hometown of Spiritwood. We've been having an absolute blast in this village, and it has been a very, very good time. We've been messing around with villagers, and not only that, we also have been having villagers mess around with us. I've got some things I need to show you. They are very important, and I have fixed the problem. I've noticed what was happening. I think we might actually be alright with villagers, to be honest. Despite the fact that if I miss one night, they're all going to be gone. If I don't sleep one night, these guys are going to get stuck. Hey, thank you for demonstrating. Bam. Okay, right here. See these? That guy was just standing right over here for no apparent reason at all. Look at now he's like, yeah, I wasn't doing that. Look at me. I was standing on the roof. That's what I was up to. Yeah, but this guy over here, I think is, hello? Why can I not click? Okay, I might have to reload this, but you get the picture. That is actually very strange. I've never had that happen to me. But that's one problem here, which can be remedied with a simple solution of putting a door in right over there so that they can walk in over there and walk in over there. Pretty simple, right? So that is pretty much my main thing with Spiritwood. I have figured out a problem where a lot of our villagers were going is this guy, yeah, look, and then this guy was a farmer and now he's turned back into this guy for some unknown reason. So pretty much to end our Spiritwood adventure, bam, villagers are going crazy and the village is looking pretty good. We've actually still got a lot more to do here, which is quite a good thing. And by the way, if you haven't seen the past few episodes that we've been here, you should check them out. I've been having a blast just being back in our hometown, which is kind of fun. It's kind of cool having a little hometown to go back to. But for now, let's travel off. It's time for a new adventure, and this is all the way back in some fairly familiar territory. I love coming in here. Look at it. When it actually loads, it's just taking its time. Look at that. It just works so well. We built all this. It's just cool to see. I like to kind of do a little bit of a loop here because now we've got even a better spot to look from, and it's kind of relevant to what we're doing today. Right around here. Look at that. Man, let's go cinematic mode like that. Just camera going past there. Absolutely awesome. Well, okay, unless the boat kind of is a bit too much for me, but pretty much that's what we've been up to before the village stuff, and there's something that we are missing here. What is that? That's a fish. Don't worry. There's something very important that we are missing here. Obviously, this little mountain, which is going to be right here, but that's not what I'm talking about. It's to do with the windmill. And I said that what we will do with that windmill, let's back it up a little bit, right over there, is we're going to be building the windmill operator's house. And it was going to be part of our multiple project. And the idea is that we put the windmill in, we put the barn in, and then today we're putting the house in. I've gone ahead and picked up some of the tools and the blocks that we're going to need, and we got to work out where we're at right now. So we've got the barn over here, we've got the windmill over there, we need the house, and it probably is going to come out to around about there. I think that should be good. What's that? About 7 blocks wide, and then we'll go up that way, and we'll see how we go. There's also probably going to be a bit of stuff working in the front here, but we'll deal with that when we get there. So kick things off. First off, I don't want to keep it middle there, so let's go 1 there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Is that 7? Is it 7? I don't know. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, I'm really good at counting. All right, so we go 7, and then we go 1, 2, 3. Actually, if we go 1, 2, 3 like that, and the counting, trust me, the counting is important. So that is 5 wide in the middle. That is also 5 wide, but we're going to remove a bit of this. So that'll be 7 by 7 by 9. Okay, so this area here is actually going to be part of the building, and it should make sense coming up now. And it's pretty much to do with the whole idea of this building, which is rather cool. I have to remind myself of what it is. Basically, what we are doing is we're building a building there, building a building there, and now another building that all form one building, and they each have their own little module, their own style, which is quite a fun thing to do. And it's a good little challenge when you just get used to building things over and over and over again without much of an aim to change things up. Doing this actually forces you to change things up. So what we'll do is we'll keep things quite basic on this, and then we can move our way up, considering it's going to be quite a lot of stuff going on. You know, there's a lot of things happening. So if we go there, we go, what, 1, 2, 3, and then we can put a doorway there, a window in here, and then we'll keep this wall over here. Let's just get another block. These ones are our temporary wall blocks. Keep that one flush with that. So that should be a good little indicator. So there, whoa, right here, still wrong, and the correct block in the end, because we get there eventually, like that. So let's have a little look. And this planning is one of the fundamental parts of it, and I think that's where we normally go wrong if we don't plan properly. So that's 7, just counting again, go up a few blocks, and then, okay, that should work. Now, the next thing is I want to go up and have a little bit of a piece of the front of it come up at least a little bit more. That's what these two are going to be for. So if we can go up and make a little roof on there, and then we'll have the main roof going on here, which is a fairly over-the-top thing to try and explain, and I think the best way for me to do it is just to go and put it in. So I've just gone ahead and got the very, very basic layout just to double check myself. So if the floor is going to be at that level there, worked out where the windows were going to be, worked out the height of this, and now we can start putting the roof in. And before we put in the complicated piece, which is what I was planning on doing first, which honestly, it's not complicated. It's just a piece that looks a bit different to the rest of him, and that's what's going to make it complicated. But I thought before I put that in, I want to go and put the rest of the roof in, just to make sure I don't go a bit crazy trying to figure it out and then make it a complicated thing for no reason. So basic roof there, but I want to do something a little bit different here. And this is like a cool, make a boring roof look pretty cool thing to do here. We'll do this, and because of course this is going to be where the piece comes up, we'll just leave it like that. But if we were going to do a roof going a bit further this way, what we could put in is something like that and make this piece, there we go, put those in. Pretty much if we just did that, the little piece there, it makes a very simple roof. You know, the simple, just put stairs. I'm in a block, aren't I? Yeah. Now I shouldn't be. Is that a good pearl? No, it's too far. And we eventually made it up here pretty easily. Not gonna lie, I did use a few more ender pearls, but it wasn't that bad. We fell in the water back there, which is a bit of an overthrow. But what I want to do here is just get that block gone, put in one of these, and we'll eventually remove this stuff. Whatever's not necessary there, we'll get rid of. But I want to just put in the quick, easy, simple roof, which is going to be your standard one, all like that. But put this one block lower, like that. And we could even go one block lower there. And that is how you get these cool little roofs that look a little bit more interesting than a normal roof. And then, of course, we'll just fill in the rest of this. I thought I'd just put that in because, of course, you never know. We might go a bit wild with it, and then we'll end up changing it. But I think for now, this is pretty much where this roof should be. We'll just do something like that, and before I put the rest of that in, yeah, that's a good setup for us. So here's the plan to get in the little piece that's going to make this house a bit more interesting than your average run-in-the-mill house. Is we're going to put in a window right above this one, which is probably a really bad idea, but I'm going to do it anyway. So if we put one in right over there, and 2 blocks, then another one up there. Oh, dang it. Okay, we'll get rid of that one anyway. I think it's going to go regardless. So we put that in there. The sun's going down already. Are you serious? Oh, I feel like this day went so quickly. Like, I thought I'd get way more stuff done than this, but it's okay. So we go up there. The window's that way. We put the roof in there. And now you can see, I don't know how I could have explained it better, but the little extra roof on that. That's all we're going to do. Just put a little roof on that. Ah, okay. Hold up. I feel like I'm being robbed right now. Look at this. Are they even that obvious to see? I just turned around, literally just was like, hey, let's go and catch a good night's rest. At least there's no villagers around here. I don't know if they're broken, or is it, maybe if I step, I can hear them. Okay, one guy moved. You know what, actually, this is a bad idea. They're gonna trample my crops, and I really don't want that. That's the worst, the worst case scenario is I lose all my items. No, it's that my crops get trampled. So let's find a good spot to get them to despawn. And I'm gonna be a chicken and run all the way away. I think I've got some beds on me. How convenient. This creeper, yeah, we good. All right, we'll set up here for the night. Hopefully the creeper doesn't explode behind me there. Alrighty, there we've got the final shape, and it looks kind of boring, and it's all right. We've got plans. We're gonna make this look way cooler than it does right now. Actually, this angle is not a good angle. I don't have any more Ender pearls, let's quickly grab one of those, fix that issue right over here. And this might be a better angle on one of these trees. So, no. Oh, oops. Okay, don't bite my toes. Don't bite my toes, please. Right, this is, you know what? I just got away from darn pillagers, and the Endermite was a way bigger challenge than just running away. All right, so there we go. That's the shape. It looks a little bit like a church on the hill, so maybe we'll tone it down a little bit. I haven't got this pushing out the other side, so it's only in the front here, so it doesn't look that much from the other side. But I do have a bit of a plan to break things up a little bit from what we've been doing over here. This one was the red roof. This one, I'm going to be changing the wall color. And it's for a block that I suspected I had it a bit from earlier in the whole world, but apparently it was not. Are you kidding me? 2 in a row. That's a pretty rare occurrence. All right, but my idea is that what we are going to do is we're going to go and grab a bit of mushroom stem blocks. A very specific block, and it's a very specific block that has been changed in a very good way, and I think it's going to look super cool in as a block over there alongside these colors over here. I think it'll just blend in while sticking out at the same time. I had to travel out quite a far way for these blocks. I thought that we had some waiting for us from an earlier episode, but apparently we do not. So that is a bit of a pity, but either way, we got to explore the world a little bit further and find a dark oak forest, which was actually right next to Spiritwood. Like, Spiritwood's right there. Trust me, it took me too long to work out where we had one in our world. I just didn't click for some unknown reason. But the most important part is we have now got ourselves some mushroom stem blocks. And how many do we actually have there? 10. I'm guessing maybe a stack and a half would be good. I want a stack and a half. Hopefully we can get them. If not, I might have to do some mushroom farming, which is easy enough. The other thing with these blocks, here's a little interesting one, which I thought was super cool. I don't know what you actually call them, but I call them the stripped mushroom, like that. So as soon as you do that and you break the mushroom blocks, oops, you put a mushroom block next to another mushroom block like that. They strip like that. And that's a pretty cool block to use as well. I've used that before, not in this world, actually. It's on our streams, but I thought that was a super cool block to work in. We just got back and I have got a stack and 52, which should be enough. I just didn't want to carry on. They take forever. I had no clue. Well, I mean, I guess thinking of it, it probably was kind of obvious, but you only get 4 blocks per stem most of the time, except if you get those really cool lucky long stems. They're pretty cool, but pretty much 4 every time is not a lot, and it kind of feels like you're there forever. So I was thinking, hey, you know what? I'm just going to go back. I think I got enough. I only had 1 stack of the sand, so we should be all right. Let's just check these out. Hopefully this is worth it, because if this isn't, I have spent too much time getting a block that is rather useless, but I think it will be pretty good for us. So let's go 1, 2, 3, 4, grab these out here, and let's check it out. Please work. All right, I think we just need to fill up the rest of it. I was thinking a little bit about this, and I thought, you know, those spruce stripped logs looked a little bit out of place, along with a few other things, so I've just done a big rework of it. Well, at least we had the structure, you know, back to the planning thing. We had the planning done, then we just had to change the blocks out. And I think I like this. I think I prefer this. Even also, if you have a look here, I've got some of the cobblestone in there. It's just working quite well. I'm very, very happy with this. Coming off a pretty sweet build over in Spiritwood. Oh, tell me the sun's not going down, please. Oh, what is? Oh, it's because these are... I thought these were the normal light gray ones. For some reason, it keeps tripping me out today. I keep looking and looking at... Wow, that's getting a bit dark. No, it's not. It's good. But over in Spiritwood, we were doing a pretty good job of making sure all of our interiors were done. And I don't want to lose that momentum. I want to keep doing it because, you know, sometimes you say, hey, I'll do it a little bit later. And you just don't do that interior because, well, it's interiors and you don't see them very often. But they do add so much more to it. So I'm going to go ahead and put this in here. And also, I mean, hey, the new blocks, actually, like the smoker and the blast furnace and all those things have been a absolute amazing addition for all of the interior stuff. It's really made it so much easier. There it is. Look at that. You can see it just poking up over the top there. That's fantastic. I've actually kind of cornered myself in here. Let's use one of my previous spots that I've destroyed everything. But that is looking very good, and I think that is a good time for us to get into the interiors. And what I'm thinking is we're gonna go and do a little bit of a plan, which is a plan that I've come up with, which is I think where I've probably been missing a lot of my interiors from, at least missing enjoying them and really falling flat on my face when I try and make cool interiors. A lot of the time they just end up not too pretty. So first off, we need to fix up the inside here before we go any further, and that's just to make these walls flush and make them workable. Of course, this over here, right in here, this is the actual windmill, by the way. Like, that's the top of the windmill, which is also lacking an interior. Let's just walk away from that and pretend that an interior actually exists there, and then we will forget about it and not have to worry again, right? No, I'm kidding. We'll definitely come back to that one, but look at that. Easy. We can work with that. Nice and simple. So what I'm thinking, because I've had a little bit of thought in this, right? So I've put this wall in here. I think what we'll do, for two reasons. First of all, it'll add a nice little bit of interior light and also interior feeling. You know, it'll feel pretty good to have a nice little fireplace in there. And then over here, we'll have the back part of it to go up to the top. And yes, we're building a fireplace because why not? And also those particles, man, you can't beat those brand new particles. I've been loving just checking out the, oh, is my inventory that full? All right, let's put some of that there. But those particles moving look so good just to go from a distance and see some stuff actually not being like, what is the word? Stationary. That's my main problem with a lot of stuff is it's just always so still and lifeless, but as soon as you do that, you see the texture moving. Oh man, so good. And then when I put the one at the top, particles coming out as well, there's just no way to beat it. Seriously, no way at all. We need more blocks like that. Super cool. All right, so that one in there, that one in there. Simple little fireplace. Yeah, that works. We can do something to this wall. It's a bit boring right now. I'm a little bit sad about that, but we'll fix it up. It's meant to be like that. Work for us, you know? If we didn't make boring walls, we would have no job of doing interiors for them. There we go. All right, so we'll put the outside part in. That will just go up the wall behind here. Let's grab some of those and we'll do that later. So we'll put that in there and that's nice and easy. Now the next part is, I think with this, I want to do another level. So if we have this up here, the next level would have to be, well, I guess if we were using this wall window here, it would be there, but that would be too low. And what I suspect would be a better idea is to go probably on this side and put a half level. So for instance, what level would it be? There we go. So there, that's one block higher, maybe even another block higher. Like there, is that too low on the top? It might be. But if we do this over here, we just do a half level, in which case we've got a nice open piece over here, and then this piece over here will be a bit more closed in. We can do a kitchen down there. We can do some stairs coming up there to the bedrooms. I think that'll be pretty cool. Bedrooms, what am I talking about? There won't be enough space for multiple. Just one. So I set that area up inside, and we've just passed the night, which is great. So we've got a full day to work with. I always find I start doing something and then all of a sudden, bam, sun's down and I can't do anything. So right here, look at this. So we walk in, we see, what a great looking roof. Looks very complete, as if someone's just put stairs on the inside, which is correct. That is exactly what it looks like. And of course, then we've got ourselves our little kitchen. Go up to the top, bam, slap that down. Now it's a bedroom. And of course the fireplace. And what I'm thinking is I want to put a little wall in here, either with some of these, which I think could work, or if not, I would probably prefer, they could work actually if we did them that way. The other one that I would actually prefer, if this does work, because it'll add a little bit of color, would be these. I've been liking doing this. In fact, I think I started doing this in Spiritwood like 2 episodes ago in the cartographer's house. And that looked pretty cool, making big wallpaper. Even though, I mean, of course, wallpaper would have little parts of it that are, well, little stripes. These ones are big stripes. Like that. Yeah, I think that'll work. Let's just walk in. Does it look too clashy? You know what? If it does, that's all right. That works. That's the style we're going for if it's too clashy. In here, I also want to make a little bit of that. And of course, we probably... And I'm not too sure if this is the case, but we probably should put a light in here just because I don't think that will like light up the whole area up to there. And then one in here. In fact, you need a side table. What do we put in there? Maybe a barrel. Barrels, they're too useful. There we go. Bam and bam. Room is lit up. Perfect. In fact, also a door, which, dang it, I put the doors away before we started doing this. All right, maybe in fact, yeah, you don't need a door. You'll be all right. You'll be fine. And now the next one that I was planning to do is a little table here. And I brought these just in case, the jungle, just because if we can make them work, why not? So let's put the jungle in there. And the reason for that was, I think, yeah, we've got some of these here. I think this is how you do it. We do some of these. And do we have the recipe unlocked? No. I'm going to try and make myself my very first scaffolding blocks. I know it's got to do with string. I know it's got something to do with maybe, in fact, let me just put some of these in. Maybe this will unlock the recipe in there. Scaffolding? We can do a loom. That would be pretty cool. So the recipe that I saw only has bamboo, but that doesn't work? Are you kidding me? So we have to use bamboo. Like, it's a thing that I have to use? I could have sworn there was a stick one. Man, I would totally make that a stick recipe with the data pack. It just seems to make more sense than bamboo. I guess bamboo's not that hard to come by, but man, that kind of sucks. All right, you get a temporary barrel table because barrels work for everything. And I will have to be back to fix that up. In fact, you know what? Barrels work in the corners of things as well. There we go. That makes it interesting. All right. So I guess the next thing would be putting in a few paintings and all that kind of jazz. You know how it is. It adds a little bit more to the place. Super simple. Maybe one around there. And that will be the mashup of yellow block painting. Don't even know what that's meant to be. If I squint enough, yeah, I can't tell. But that's what we're gonna do. We'll put maybe a painting there, fill up this wall, and then we'll be back. I was convinced we had bamboo, and I was looking forever to find it. I eventually did. Bam, there we go. Our first ever, what is it? Is it scaffolding block? Cool, I wasn't sure if it was scaffolding or something else, but I've been calling it scaffolding until now, and I've been correct, apparently. So I'll show you what I've done, because I've gone a bit wild inside. As wild as you can get with an interior of a, farmhouse, or a wind barn farmhouse. That one. One of those. So we've got a little entrance here. Look at this. Some stairs going up. Makes life a lot easier. And also just looks a bit more like looks a bit more real for why it should be there. Now in here, we've got ourselves a brand new table. Bam, just to top it off. We can also stand up on the table like that. That's my first time doing it. I've been wanting to do that forever. That is very, very cool. Obviously our fire in there. We've got some paintings of stuff, and that's pretty much the house in a nutshell. Pretty simple, pretty easy. I'm very happy with it. And then around here, of course, we've got our fireplace, the chimney, and all that sort of stuff. And now, what I'm planning on doing, and I looked at this, I'm not gonna lie, I was a little sneaky. I went and had a look before, just to check out the back. This piece definitely is the piece that needs a bit of filling. So I'm just gonna fill this stuff up here, and then we'll go over to our lookout piece from the harbor. Give it a second. There we go. Oh, okay, good. I thought it was gonna fall down the big hole. There's a big hole. So right there, look at that. From this side, I really think that works super well. I'm very, very happy because we got to think of it not just from that other end, but from this end. This is going to be the harbor, and that's going to be what you're going to see above the harbor. And I think it's necessary that it looks pretty good, and I think that works really well. We're also going to put a birch tree over there and maybe another one over there. So it's going to break up the house a little bit more. It's not going to be too obvious, but that's for the next episode because that's when we're going to be starting some of the big stuff. This stuff over here needs to be terraformed and transformed, ready for us to put in a harbor with some docks, cranes, warehouses, boathouses, I don't know, maybe houses, just things. We got so much stuff which we need to put in here. And I was thinking about where I start. And I was looking, saying, well, I'll clear the trees out and then maybe push that a bit back and then maybe get rid of this. And then I realized, you know what, that's a whole other big, huge project. So I thought what would be quite cool, and we'll see how we go, is to just rip all of it out, terraform it, ready for us to build in it. And I think that means that we don't have to worry about building something, breaking it down. Turns out we actually have to push that back. You know what I mean? this just sorts out all the problems. But either way, you know what? We've solved another problem, which was that thing there, which is now in, which looks great. So that will be our episode for today. Thank you very much for joining me. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one.